So, after all of this information investors have received so far from you, it is also important for them to receive some hard financial facts. And that actually helps investors to estimate and to appraise the viability of your startup. And there are different kinds of forms you should consider. First of all, there are the future financial projections, which are crucial to highlight. So that would be in terms of short-term financial projections as well as long-term financial projections. Short-term projections should be ideally between 6 to 24 months. And those are great to highlight milestones and compare if you have achieved the milestones you promised to achieve with the funding you obtained. The second one are long-term projections. So you also want to have a long-term projection of your financial situation of your startup. That is great for investors to see if you understand the whole growth plan of the startup. Finally, those projections should always be based on your techno-economic analysis for ClimateTech startups, but especially for AI startups, they should be based on your unit economics. Then if it comes to the historical performance, I mean, even if you're an early stage startup in a pre-seed phase, you have to show at least some financial performance or how you performed in terms of cost. How did you use or how did you spend your money? And you want to showcase at least some momentum, some positive development so that investors really see it's going into the right direction. So like I said, show a positive momentum. This is really important. Understand the timeline of your sales. So make sure you show that in your financial or past performance. And then finally, clarify which sales are driven by grants versus organic growth. If you can achieve that, and that's usually only available after a certain stage, but if you can achieve sales through organic growth, this is a great sign of financial viability. Obviously, you need to explain and you need to showcase some of the KPIs for AI startups. Those are usually the common ones. You have ARR, you have ARR growth, you have your gross margin, you have your churn. I will not go into them too much right now, but we will have different workshops where we really dive deep here and explain them to you in more detail. So with that said, what are important things AI startups need to consider for the financial slide here? First of all, showcase to investors that you understand the gross capital plan of an AI startup. Second, really make sure that your VC investor understands that you're really understanding and comprehending the financial metrics of your startup. So you know your unit economics, like for example, gross margins, ARR, churn, lifetime value, customer acquisition costs. Those things you really need to showcase to investors that you have mastered them and understand them.